All right. Hello. The mic shouldn't be that close, but hello. Give me a second to kind of get settled. I haven't started talking yet. Whew. Let's see. Put that there. Move this out of the way. I have everything all over my desk because I never clean my desk. What is wrong with me? How am I ever gonna find love? Put that over there. Okay. Hello. It's been a little while, but I'm back. I accidentally missed a week. Last week, what happened? I tried to get up early to get all my, big monthly trip done. But then, even though I woke up, 2 hours earlier than normal, I still ended up having, no time to do what I wanted to do. It was a really rough day. But, yeah, and then, I found out that I went to the wrong... what am I thinking? Give me a second. Oh, I went to the wrong place to get the, dinner for the day. And I had to drive to, the other side of town to, get dinner. And by then it was already, 6. It takes me, 30 minutes to get back home. It was just a rough start. All right. I'm going to work on the camera for a little bit. Just give me a few seconds. But, so I missed last week. Sorry about that, but, no, it was just one of those days that everything was falling apart. So the fact that I made it out just fine. Let's see. I say that like I was in a war or something. The fact that I made everything else that day just work, I'm happy with. I still managed to salvage a pretty decent day out of it. And then it was Halloween. I wish there was a little bit more going on, but I think for Halloween, everybody does stuff on the weekend before Halloween because everybody else works then. So I was finally on a day that I had no work, and expecting there to be some kind of party or something going on, but literally nowhere I go had anything on Halloween. It was just the kids having stuff. I mean, granted, it's mostly a kid holiday, but yeah. But yeah, since then, I've also been to a concert. I went to the Joji concert, which was Joji. Kenny Beats was also there. A guy named Lil Toe. And there was also another guy that was a hype man, but also did music. I forgot what his name was. It was Anger Realm? One second. I could probably find out real quick. Kenny Beats. Savage Realm was the other guest. Oh, that's awesome. Sam Galitry is that his Australian tour? I really like I really like Sam Galitry. His music is very nice. Anyways, okay. So yeah, had a concert. That was really, really awesome. It was really emotionally very satisfying because I've been watching Filthy Frank since middle school, and then watching that channel grow and then end, and then he switched to being an actual music artist, and just watching him grow has just been really satisfying. It's just it's watching somebody that reminds you of yourself and then seeing them succeed in this new pursuit of theirs. It just makes you feel just warm in the inside. Plus it was a beautiful concert. Everybody had a good time. My brother is a huge Kenny Beats fan, and Kenny Beats killed it on his set list. It was a good time. I was a happy boy. But now that's all over, and it's time to be a work boy that actually does some work. Just let me move stuff around, clean up my desk, and finish messing with the camera. Because I just basically changed one setting and that was it. Get a little bit of zoom so you can really see me. There we go. Let's see. Saturation, boost it up. I think I also have had a haircut since the last time you saw me, so Get a good look. It's blue, very again, but you know, like a different kind of blue. I really like this blue. This blue was like probably my favorite. I do have to think about my next one. Maybe red? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. Green is another one, but green I really dislike, and then also apparently green hair dye is also like the first to go. What in the heck? One second. One second. Hold me. There it is. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're gonna keep working on this today. Enough about my life and just regular updates. I don't know why, but I'm really like spacey brained right now. I think I woke up really early and like my brain is now starting to shut off because I haven't had caffeine. But it's besides the point. We're gonna get right back to work on this. So we finally got pretty much like most of the structure as far as the drawing done. So I think today we're gonna be just doing like a really nice refined drawing of it. We got the clothes actually worked out, the structure of his like outfit, and you know how everything's moving on him. We just had to like change the angle because originally like he was very like that didn't do anything. Oh, I see. Okay. Like originally he was like off to the side and not really staring at the camera, or he was, but like his body was positioned to like the other side. So hold on for the camera. He was like positioned this way, and it was just a little awkward. You know, like it's fine having your art be like a little like imperfect, but sometimes you also have to just be able to be willing to just redraw it and, you know, actually get it worked out completely. I think that's what I've been doing a lot lately in my art, is just like not accepting like, oh, this is okay, this will be fine. Like just actually going in and be like, nope, it's not perfect. We're gonna keep trying until like it actually gets at least close to perfect. Like I'm not a super clean refined artist. I've never been that kind of artist, but you know, like at least getting to a point where it doesn't feel like I'm forcing myself to be happy. Like I can actually like tell it's coming out how I wanted it to. It's not just me being lazy is what I'm trying to say. Let me grab this. I'm gonna fill in this asphalt a little bit better. That is not the color I chose. Hang on. Nope, still not it. Where is this color coming from? Oh, it's a hard light. Hold on. Wait, why is the background a hard light? Oh, I see. I remember because I was working on the thumbnail, and I realized that the picture of like the stream before, everything was so bright for some reason. Like all the colors were really, really bright, and I don't remember doing that. And it turns out it looks like I changed the blending mode for the layer, so it ended up being way more colorful than I intended. It's supposed to be like a really gloomy looking image, so now I figured it out. But yeah. That was weird. I got like a little chat bot asking, advertising in my chat. That was weird. It's fine though. No harm, no foul. It's easy to just pop him off and just clear him off the chat. Or at least it is whenever I remember how to actually use the commands. I don't ban people enough to like actually know how to remember how to ban people like that. But it's been done. The work has been done. All right, let's see. Let's turn off the background, and then let's just fade him. We're gonna just soften him up, then just turn off the dragon entirely. We don't need him yet. I'm gonna grab a, what tool should we use? I'm gonna keep using the pencil because I like the little bit of like, you know, grittiness and being able to switch to like a softer stroke. I used to do a lot of the line art in just like pen, which is just, you know, one level. I think that's good, but lately I've been thinking about like switching to a little bit more of a painterly style, really like take advantage of like all the digital tools. Like the reason why I do like in regular traditional art, like pencil, then inks, and then I go over with either marker or watercolor, is because it's like a very structural and simple process where it's like you work out the pose in sketching and then you ink it out whenever everything's finished, and you can get like a one final pass of like cleaning up details, and then you finally color it. And the coloring is like the last chance to like save anything that you might have not liked, or you know, you might have changed your mind about. Okay. Let's start with the face. I always like to start with the face. Hang on. I'm gonna take off this pinky ring because it's actually kind of annoying me. Just having something so chunky on the finger that I like rest on. I say chunky like it's an expensive ring. It's like 40 bucks. It's pricey for me, but that's because I usually wear like jewelry that's like $15. Like I'm not a big spender when it comes to jewelry. Just so long as it doesn't turn green, I'm happy. Because otherwise, if it's like really expensive, then you get like too nervous about losing it, and then you just like don't end up wearing it as often. The entire reason I started wearing jewelry was like, I started hearing some people like talk about how guys don't really have accessories, or like they don't really like have as many options as women. As far as like, you know, sticking to like the traditional gender norms. Men don't really have that many options to like have anything on their outfit. You know, it's like even now, like I'm trying to be like more explorative in my outfits, and it's really just like t-shirts, you know, like maybe a button up and jackets. Like you don't really have that many options. Like for women, it's like, you know, you could go crop tops, you could go cardigans. I guess like all those options are also available in men, but it's like, it's really, it doesn't feel like there's as many options, or like at least like the outlets that you'll go to. It's like for the men's section is basically just dress shirts and t-shirts, and then like other forms of t-shirts where it's like long sleeve t-shirt, oversized t-shirt. It really feels hard to like find something like unique. And then I guess Henley's is probably like the most unique thing we have. I'm still on the search for like other little outfit items that'll like really pop things out, or really like be unique to what I usually wear. I'm not like really crazy. Like I know I could wear a skirt, but that's not. I'm not thinking about that. My legs are too hairy for that. So my point was, sorry, I started focusing for a second. That was a mistake. I shouldn't focus. That rings and jewelry is like one of the few options that guys have to like really try out like crazy stuff. Which is why I got like my ear piercings, was just like I'm along those same lines, just giving myself a few more options as far as outfits. I've gotten a little crazy with the earrings. I think I'm like just now starting to realize like, we can dial it down. We can go with like more traditional, just like small little rings, rather than, you know, like big chunky earrings that like reach down to my shoulders. I definitely like it every now and again. Like it was definitely fun to try out for a while, but I think now I'm getting like a little bit more like, we had our fun. Now we can go for something a little bit more even and doesn't like distract too much for like an actual outfit. And the rings go along those same lines where it's like just having like something there on the hands. I really wish I could wear like bracelets or like a nice watch, but like something about like having something on my wrist just feels so like contained. It really like I do not like the sensation. And I might have mentioned it before, but I used to have a watch, like a nice little one that I liked, and then it like broke after like 4 or 5 months of wearing it. And ever since I felt like betrayed by watches, and that's it still has been the same. I don't know why I'm putting so much detail in the eyebrows. It doesn't need to be this wispy. I like putting a little bit of wispiness to the eyebrows, but not too much. Too much and it starts to just feel like busy work. Does he have bushy eyebrows? No, he does pretty like normal little slugs. Normal little fuzzy slugs. Ooh. Not bushy eyebrows. I try to mix it up. Some characters have like really thin pencil eyebrows. Some people have just this like normal little bristles. I do think I have a bad habit of making everybody with big bushy eyebrows because they're like really, once you like kind of get into drawing them, they become like really fun. So like you start adding them to every character. It's like ear gauges. I had like a lot of fun adding them to characters, and then like all of a sudden like all of my characters just had gauges for like no reason. Even like, oh, here's a young schoolboy and he's just like a normal little kid, you know, like he's like a friendly, kind little guy in class. But then he'd have gauges for no reason. It's like that's not really with the personality. It's like there'd be like a punk character. Now, obviously, gauges, piercings make sense. But then like the normal like one that listens in school and is very good at behaving, he'll also have gauges for no reason. And that's when I started to realize like, oh, just everybody has it. Just like every character I made in my head would just have gauges. And it's also because I legitimately like love the look of gauges. The only issue is just like I'm worried about like the healing and not getting them too big. And then I also have a mother that really hates like piercings, so like she would actually strangle me. Like the hair dye was like already pushing too much against her. Just a second. Oh crap, I can't think. I'm texting a friend and I had like I'm like running out of like conversation topics because I get like so in my head about what to talk about. So 1 second. All right, bam, message. This eye is for sure not even, but that's also because this was like a quick sketch that I didn't really focus on, like keeping the eyes straight. Sometimes if I'm really not paying attention, I really do mess up the eyes because I'm so used to just doing it very quickly. I never had too much of a problem with like making my eyes even. I mean, like I think I already got it, just like without even paying attention. Hang on. Yeah, it's almost like perfectly even. See what I mean? I know what I'm doing. I'm not too bad at this art stuff. Ooh. Uh-oh. Alright. I'm not sure what that's about. I need to actually remember to grab the recording because I'm still having that issue where like the recording will just like stop. The stream keeps going, but the recording that I keep for like the time lapses, those will just like crash for some reason. And I don't know what it is because my memory should be all good. Like I've got quite a bit of space. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do the mustache because that's easily the most important part. So maybe just a little bit of the upper lip, just like the smallest little fragment of the upper lip. Yeah, it's just elegant little handlebars. Very debonair. Debonair? Debonair. Actually, I'm gonna take off the upper lip to make it look a little funky. Me personally, I could never have like a mustache completely covering my upper lip. Like I still have to like trim it at least along the edge of the upper lip. It's like it very quickly gets into the mouth, and like even right now, it's like this mustache that's like well trimmed on the upper lip. Still, like I'll get like drinks and like food all over it, and it's so obnoxious. Like I have to keep a napkin and like the second I drink, like immediately just wipe it because like I'll have, you know, like the little what is it, the milk ad where they take a sip and there's just like a white line above their lip. Like I get that like immediately. Got milk? Yes, it's very visible. No one pointed out or anything, but you know, it's just one of those things that like I don't want to be caught with it. Just like chilling on my upper lip. I'm gonna lift this mustache a little higher. A little closer to like that. The science of making the perfect mustache. Reaches towards the lips, it curves in on itself. It is well maintained. Gorgeous, gorgeous mustache. Maybe just a little bit of the upper lip. We'll try like just like the little corner of the lip. Nope. I don't think he has like huge lips. He's got like very thin lips. Like outside of the mustache, he'd look very silly. Like his face is like. Like he's got a very goofy face. But it's like, it's intentionally supposed to be like disarming and, you know, like non-threatening. Ooh. I don't think I'd be able to already see like some awkward stuff to it. He's gonna have some nice eyelashes. I'll work on him a little later though. Try to get more of the like face structure in first. Just evening things out. I think everything else on the face is pretty even though. Oh, the mustache definitely extends further here. Ooh. Now it looks really like not even matching at all. Maybe I need to extend this too. And eyes, easy. I can do eyes and line them up like without even thinking about it. Mustaches. Now that's a whole different ball game. Mustaches are a demon of their own. That's pretty good. Then I think the eyebrows are also a little... I think they extend just a little bit more this way. But I definitely want to also trim these down because I think he has like very simple eyebrows where it's like literally just like the shape of his eyebrow is just... Why is it like this? Hold on. Oh. The eyebrows are like literally just this is the shape. And normally an eyebrow is like... Like that's a normal unplucked male eyebrow. Big and bushy. He's just got very like simple. Like there's a lot of eyebrow styles. Like there's also just like people who have like just like tiny little dots for eyebrows where it's just a few little tufts of hair towards like the very center of the brow. Other people have like very thin eyebrows that are still like very angled too. So like they'll still have like a lot of like dynamic to it despite the fact that it's like very skinny. And there's definitely people who just have like the broccoli eyebrows too. But this character just has like very simple little slugs. So I'm gonna at least leave like the curve because you know like his eyebrows are kind of like, you know. And then I think this part right here where it's got like a hook to it, it needs to be relaxed. Tame the eyebrow. He also is giving blue steel too. I'm gonna need to take a second to drink some coffee because I'm already getting sleepy. Oy, oy, oy. He is giving a little blue steel. He looks a little bit more like the anime girl one where it's like a really smug, like, you know, like that kind of face. Oy. It's not intentional. It's not like a smug. It's not supposed to be like a smug look, but it is supposed to be like a very coy and like kind smile, almost like so forced that it feels like they're mocking you a little bit. But it's hard to tell because like I said, I think this guy would hide behind a lot of like fake accents where he's just like pretending that he doesn't understand. And you know, like his smile is like, "Oh, I'm just being nice," when this character definitely knows. We're gonna keep this little guy. This is my little guy. Select, deselect. This is my little guy. He's gonna stay. Just a second while I get some coffee and catch up on messages real quick. Hmm. There we go. There we go. Now we're on to Disney. All right. So we got the mustache. Oh yeah, the beard. How does the beard look on the drawings? I actually don't know if it's connected to the lip. Oh, it is. Okay, so it's I don't know what that shape is. I think that might come from like OG Vlad the Impaler. Like I think that's how he did his beard. Do I still have that picture? And no, not that one. That one's like a Vampire the Masquerade picture. That's not him either. One second. No, he doesn't. He has like like a soul patch, and that's kind of it. Sorry. And I think this is another, like, one of those where, like I mentioned before, where the character that I imagine being like an imperfect reflection of Vlad the Impaler. So this is kind of one of those like creative freedoms, or like maybe the mustache is a little bit higher or to go a little down, and it will depend on which Vlad is, or which character or which interpretation of Vlad it is. So I have like a second Vlad the Impaler. So this is another like clone that he knew. And this one has like again like a slightly shorter mustache on the sides, a much more angular look, and then like the beard is like completely different too. So just having like, I think it'd be like there's small little differences between the two where you can like tell that they're not exactly the same to Vlad. I also realized that I'm still in mirrored mode, so let me switch it back. Yeah, looks good on both sides. He kind of looks like Guy Fawkes, which might have been like just like an inspiration in the back of my head that I didn't think about. Probably just like give it a little bunched up stuff here, because I don't think it would stop there. It'd have to like bunch up at the end. It's just trimmed like off right here. And that is why you flip it, because then you can tell, you start to figure out like how uneven some sections are. Does that look weird? Something about it's bothering me. I mean, he's supposed to look a little weird, like a little alien. I might have to change his eyes actually, because I think his eyes are supposed to be way more angled. Part of like the just trying to make it look much more off. Oh yeah, I put like a huge space between his eyes intentionally, so I'll have to change that. Oop, 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 what just happened? Okay. I'm gonna... So it's a little bit more simple as far as like the beard shape. It's not like this weird, I don't know, nutsack. It's supposed to be like just opens up wider. I think I just made it even more nutsack looking. It's not intentional. I'm gonna have to respond to a message in just a second. How do I get it to look less, what's the word? Phallic. How do I do it on his beard? Because it never looked phallic to me here. Maybe it's wider at the top. Or it does look a little bit phallic, so maybe that's just something I gotta live with. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit wider at the top and then see if that helps. So it's like it still moves forward, but it's not like so aggressive in its shape. The phallic beard. What men fear most. Just having a nutsack just right on their face. Alright, just a second. I have thrown. I have put myself out there. It is time to be heard. Oh, what the heck just happened there? Oh, you guys couldn't see that, but I pressed like undo and it typed a letter in the chat, and I think I accidentally clicked on the chat box while I was moving my stuff around. Why am I so streaky? Oh, because I was doing the beard. 1 second. I'm gonna change up my brush size. Let's make it like a, not like a 20. Let's make it like a 12 or 15. How big is 15? Oh yeah, we're going 12. That's a chunky little pencil. There we go, much smoother. So first I'm gonna move his eyes to be a little bit further apart. Oh, he looks, see, this is, in traditional artwork, you can definitely tell, like, I'm not able to tell whenever things are not symmetrical. Like, this is crazy. Oh, I see. I also made it so his head is, like, wider at the top. So, like, I try to make his head, like, a very weird shape. That way, like, it just, like, made it look even more normal. Like, what they describe in the books, in, like, the Vampire the Masquerade books, is that the Mitzi have, like, they're not human, but they're not so distorted that they are, like, aggressively ugly like Nosferatu. Because Nosferatu are supposed to be, like, so naturally either ugly or, like, their aura has, like, such nastiness to it due to being, like, a cursed clan. That people are naturally repelled to them. Normal human beings are repelled to them, and they don't even know it. But, Tzimitzi are like the horror, like the Lovecraftian horror clan, where they're literally so, like, morphed that, like, it's just, like, disgusting. Like, you know, like, exposed rib cages and bones, and then, like, teeth that are like fangs. But the way that they're described is that they can still actually be charming to human beings, because it's like they're aliens basically. Like they have like this supernatural charm to them that humans can tell they're not or the regular people, but they're not like repelled by them, even though they have these like horrible looks to us. I think once it's more like obvious, like then there's like no denying it, where like, you know, if they like open up their mouths and it has like a million teeth, like people aren't just gonna be like, wow, that's so cool, unless they're like under some kind of spell or whatever. Discipline is what they're called in Vampire the Masquerade, but that feels weird to say. Okay, and then I'm gonna push the eyes further apart. I spent so much time making these eyes. So let's just like do this. I still wanna like keep it like his up, like his eyelids are like high here, because that kind of makes you look like you're smiling. Whenever like the eyelids are a little like this. I don't know what it's called, but the upper eyelids just like curve a little bit whenever you smile, because like the eyelids kind of just like wrinkle that way. You pull on one muscle, you squish the others. And I think in animation it's called like the squish and stretch of a face. Sorry, I got sent the D&D meme. Now let's see if we can get like that space. Like I want it to be a wide space between the eyes, but not like he looks literally like an animal. I think. Let's see. In the drawing. Yeah, you can see here. So like the eyes are already like pretty wide apart. And then the further he gets like morphed, like the wider it goes, almost like he's turning into like he's going from like normal human where it's like centered on the face into like a complete beast where it's like almost on the sides of his head. Maybe still facing forward because like he's gonna be a dragon, so he'd be like a predator type animal. But like I said, still definitely like far from human. Oh, sorry. So like the way I was mentioning earlier that they have like a charm to them, and I like to think that they have like small little things that like put them off to being human. Like they're almost like somebody trying to make a human out of clay, and they're just like they keep getting it just slightly off, that uncanny valley kind of look. That's what I think is perfect. Like if you saw somebody and their face looked human, but something was just like so off about them that but you couldn't put your finger on it. I think that's what like the perfect little like middle ground where Zamitzi would be. And like I said, like Dracula made like all these clones of himself, so it'd be like he'd make clones that look like him, but if like somebody who would be able to tell like something's just slightly off, but you know you don't actually know Dracula personally, so for all you know that's always how he's looked, but something feels off about their face, that it's not like a perfect replica. That's my thought anyways. I think that's a fun idea. Just having like a bunch of like near perfect Draculas, but like each one has like enough wrong with them that that you can tell it's a different person if you had them all in a lineup. Like I'm thinking like Clone Wars. Like Clone Wars have it so like obviously they're all like perfect replicas of Boba Jango Fett. But like there's enough different about them that there's still like separate personalities where it's like you know, maybe one has a scar on the eye, maybe one's a little thicker and wider. Just like there's just like that 1% of genes that like switches and makes it look just different enough. I'm definitely gonna have to flip this because I know for a fact these eyes aren't even. Okay, it's a little higher on this one. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. It's also definitely wider, so, or skinnier. So we're gonna move that. Yeah, this eye is definitely a little squintier. See, now we're having trouble because I'm trying to do something that's way different than what I usually do as far as eyes, which is like making them intentionally very like separate or very like spaced out much more than I normally do. Not giving him fox eyelashes, just give me a moment. I think that's what they call it whenever you have like the really like long tails to the eyes to make them look sharper. Or to the what is it, eye makeup. Mascara? Eyeliner? Eyeliner, that's the one. I think those are pretty even. I can tell they're not exactly the same, but they're like real close enough that I don't think it's gonna be an issue if I leave it like this. I think we're fine here. Like if I keep like trying to refine it and refine it, it's not gonna get like where I need it to be. Oop. I don't need an entire stream of working on eyes. How's the recording, by the way? Did it cancel? Nope, we're still good on the recording. And then I'm gonna do like the little bit of the eyelid. Just like the little gap that you get as it curves into the eye. Like here in particular is where it gets like really dark because it wraps around the roundness of an eye. And there's like a little pocket here. Ooh. It's like one stretch. Ooh. Usually this little pocket is like drawn like this, where it's just almost like a triangle. Which I do sometimes, but other times I kind of just like to put the impression of the shadow. It reminds me of like Naruto has a surprisingly realistic art style compared to like human heads. Like, you know, anime, bigger heads, bigger eyes, bigger hair. And Naruto, despite being like one of the most popular anime, actually has like pretty, you know, normal-ish stuff as far as like proportions of the head. It's not much bigger than a regular head on any other like cartoon or even just like real life anatomy. The eyes are slightly bigger in some cases, but most of the time it's not even that bad. Like it's a very like it's like maybe slightly bigger than a normal eye would be in real life. Then the eyebrows are proportioned very like regularly. The only thing that they keep is like, you know, crazy hair, and even then the crazy hair is like still, you know, like close to real. Like, and that's something like I realized like way after I you know became a Naruto fan. Like, you know, like there was the initial being a Naruto fan, then once like Shippuden came around, like I think everybody started to like get older with the show. You know, at least for me, like it, you know, Shippuden came whenever I was starting to hit my teenage years. And I started to like really start to like break down what about Naruto I liked, you know, what made it different from like other shonen anime. And in some ways it's like very similar, like obviously it's still shonen, but there's a lot of like art choices that I think are very, very like I don't know if brave's the right word, but like very unique. And I feel like a lot of people just like miss it. Like, I mean, all the references to like legitimate Japanese mythology, like Tsukiyomi, not Sharingan, but like the Tsukiyomi is like a reference to like actual like old Japanese myths. I think Kaguya is like actually Kaguya, the moon princess. That's also like old Japanese mythology. Oh, a lot of the art that like surrounds the character. So like the covers and like some of the promo art would have like a lot of just like old school, you know, deities. You know, like they would have like thunder gods that were like very clear references to actual thunder gods. And just like some of the small details. Like I remember probably like one of the first times I got like a hint of that was like there was the character back right before Shippuden when Sasuke was leaving the Leaf Village. There was a girl who has like a flute, a woman, whatever you want to call it, who has like a flute that summons like 3 giant creatures, and those giant creatures that like are very like the way that they're drawn and styled remind me of like Oni and like a lot of like cursed creatures from like old school, you know, like scroll paintings. And a lot of that is just like really it's really interesting to see it adapted to this like unique world of Naruto. And that's something I've like really come to appreciate, like now that I'm like way out of you know, done with Naruto. Or another thing is like the outfits. They're not really like crazy and complex. Like something that really bothers me about like a lot of like Asian video games, you know, Japanese video games, Chinese video games, is that their outfits are always like so crazy, where it's like, you know, they got like big hats that have like a million designs on them, and then their outfit has a million designs on them. They're like coats that are cut off like halfway in between, and then they have an undershirt, and then there's like fishnets underneath that shirt. It gets so complex that like you really have to be paying attention to like tell either what's going on, or if you're, God forbid, you are a cosplayer trying to cosplay one of those characters, like a Genshin Impact character. There's a lot of pieces going on there. But Naruto is just like, especially because like you know, a lot of them are kids. Like the outfit they're wearing is like a jacket or a hoodie. Like Kiba is literally like a hoodie with like maybe a fishnet shirt, and then pants. I mean, it even gets easier when he gets older in Shippuden, where he's like wearing a leather jacket and then the same fishnet shirt underneath. Naruto himself was like wearing just like a jacket with like a weird collar, and then he used to wear goggles, and then it was just a headband. Like it's very interesting like how simple the characters are, despite being in this like fantastical land of like ninjas, superpowers, all this crazy stuff. And that's also something I think I took very well. Like Hinata is like the perfect example, where she's literally just wearing like a normal hoodie, like a hoodie you would see in real life. Like it wasn't even like a crazy design. It was just like a tan hoodie with like fuzz on the inside. And that I also really appreciate. You do get like crazier stuff. Like I think the one that like is very easy to like notice like as a very like wacky is Sasuke. Sasuke had like that huge weird collar that I still don't understand. I think it has to do with like old Japanese clothing. But yeah, that was one where it was like very like, oh, that one, now we're getting into like the crazy stuff. Or who's the character? Who was I just thinking about? Oh, Neji. Neji also had like a weird like strappy suit, and that was like a very unique one where he got like, his outfit gets a little crazy. But then like in Shippuden, he's like just wearing like a kimono or like some kind of robes. So like even his outfit gets like simpler the older he gets. And that's something I like that really influenced me a lot when I was younger, was like just like that, the idea of having like very simple character designs that are very memorable. Like you don't have to have like a super complex outfits with like 8 belts and like a bunch of pouches. It's fun too, you know, it's different styles, and you know, like you don't always need super simple characters. But I think I always want to keep a little bit of that influence of just like sometimes just keep it simple. Keep it simple, because sometimes that makes it much more like memorable. And also, I'm pretty sure it was he's explained like a lot of the designs were made the way they are just because like he had to like draw them from like different angles, and it would get like very time consuming. So that's probably like another reason. Like the headbands that all the ninjas wear was like a last minute choice because Naruto had goggles, and he said that it was like really hard to draw the goggles a lot. So he just made it so all the characters had headbands. I don't know if it was like all the characters had headbands, or if he was just talking about like Naruto himself having goggles. And eventually he decided like, okay, he's gonna wear the headband, or just like everybody else. I don't know which decision was which, but fun little design to think about. Just a second, let me breathe. I'm just trying to get the hair all detailed out, because I think that's one of the most fun parts of this character specifically, is that he has like really like long, bountiful hair that just like flows. I don't make enough like long haired characters where it's just like simple, just straight down. I always give characters like short hair or like crazy hair that like stands up on its own merits. And sheer willpower is what holds up hair. Especially because like I don't really like hair gel. Like it's just willpower holding it up. I'm gonna thin out this side. Let me take out the lines underneath. Does this look good? I'm also gonna erase his head. I'm trying to see if like the silhouette looks good before I go any further. If I need to make it like more bulgy in the back, because usually the way I draw hair is you draw like the shape of the head, and then you try to imagine the hair over it. So that's why like this is the top of the head, but because there's gonna be like a bunch of hair piled on top of it, it's gonna it's gonna be like a layer of just hair above it, so it makes his head look bigger. So I'm trying to tell if like maybe I went overboard. Did I give them like a whole helmet of hair, which sometimes I used to do a lot more when I was in like middle school, where I would realize like, oh, like the head's this big and then he has like this much extra like space on his head just because he has like super thick hair, or I just wasn't thinking about it at all. I asked the question and they didn't text me back, and now I feel like I'm an idiot. I think they're just away, but I'm still, nervous. Try not to think about it. Okay, focus. Heart. Stop looking at your phone. I need to throw this phone away. I just need to like lock it away so I don't look at my text every 5 minutes. Honestly, I'd probably be like a masterclass artist if I just like didn't use my phone and just focused. If I didn't play any video games and like Warhammer Darktide or Baldur's Gate. Okay, is this looking good? How is this compared to the original? His hair is really crazy here. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I get caught up in like whenever I draw long hair, I'm thinking of like, oh, it dips in, it dips out. One hair strand is gonna go over here, and then like I have this like chaotic mess, and I don't realize like sometimes people just have like straight black hair. Like on this side over here, is there any way I can just like this side right here, completely normal, like it's up, straight, back. And then the other side is like up, straight, back, but then like also he like grabbed his hair and just went crazy on it. Which is fine. This I feel like is a much more even, where it's like it's a little wavy. It goes in, it goes out. It might be a little too wavy. I think I need to simplify the silhouette just a little bit. Hold on, let me see. Maybe like this. I think maybe I need to dip it back a little bit, like cut this down a little bit. and then maybe towards the shoulders is where it starts to push out again, like this. I think that's a little better. It almost maybe like this. I'm just testing this out. I might undo this all. I think I'm gonna also curve his mustache a little higher. Looks a little too long. It should be like almost just tiny. I don't think I really like it that short. I think I like it a little bit more voluminous. Yeah, I like that. It's like insane how much hair this would be in real life, but I kind of like that. You know, it's almost like he's like 100 years old and like his hair never stops growing. I kind of like that. Almost enough hair that you're like, what's going on? Like, how did your hair? What is your secret? Why is your hair so perfect? And the answer is vampirism and age. Blood makes his hair grow so nice. Try not to get nervous. Let me trim off the ear too. I'm gonna trim off just the one ear. I think the other one can get away with it. Maybe just a little bit, you can see, just so you can tell he still has an ear. Because usually with people with like really long hair, if they just like drape it back, then the hair usually just like completely overtakes the ear and you can't see it at all. Unless you like intentionally like brush it over the ear, then usually people with long hair can't see the ears at all. See, here I did it like I just completely removed it. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. I want to show you guys the criminal. Come on, move. There it is. Look at him. Look at him. The beast. My brother's dog got an ice cream, so now he's just munching on that. Let me fix the camera. Okay. He got a little doggy ice cream, so he's just gonna be munching on that for a couple minutes. All right. So I did want to also change his mustache around. Let me move my light real quick. Okay. Oh, also, I did change more of the audio settings. I'm trying to get it so you can actually hear the music in the background, and it's so hard for me to tell, and I don't know why. I don't have any filter or noise gate on the music coming in, so I'm not sure what's going on there. It might be on my wavelength settings. Okay, I see. So it is a little like muted over here. So I'll check it this stream after this stream. And then if it's still too quiet, I think I'm gonna have to boost the audio on this end so it's like real loud. Hold on one second. Let me just... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So that'll change it for both of us. We'll see. I can also change it on my end so it's quieter on my end, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So mustache. His mustache reminds me of Hercule Poirot, if anybody's watched those movies or shows. I think they had like, I don't know, 5 movies. I don't know what I'm talking about. They've had like dozens of movies because it's like Sherlock Holmes. They just keep adapting it. But specifically, I watched the Murder on the Orient Express that came out in like 2017, 2018? Is it 2020? I don't even remember anymore. Oh my god, you're so loud. I can just hear him licking up the ice cream and he's so freaking loud. But yeah, sorry. He has a crazy mustache. in that movie, and that's what this is reminding me of. Like just like the no strands going just upwards, defying gravity itself. I think in the old like BBC show that everybody liked, it was a lot more tame. Like it was still goofy because it was like a tiny little mustache that was like curled upwards. I might have to change plans. That is a goofy looking mustache. Hold on. Okay, so this is what we had before. This is what we have now. I don't think I like it. Let me check a look at the mustache one more time. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit wider than that. So I think we just trimmed it a little too short. I'm thinking we're maybe just gonna go here. Just a little bit thicker, a little bit longer. Maybe even make it a little taller too. These little wisps right at the ends of the mustache make it look like he's frowning, which is the exact opposite of what I want. Yeah, I could tell. I was about to say, like, before I even switched camera, I was like, that looks like it's angled the wrong way. Like one was like this, and then the other one was going down like this. And I was like, that's not right. Then I switched the camera. I was like, yeah. That's not. I definitely didn't get it right. There we go. Nice and clean. How's it look compared to the original? Okay, I think it just needs to be taller. That's the last thing I'm missing, because it's like it looks like it's right under the nose. So I think maybe just like having it right below the nostrils, which would be crazy to be honest, because when I get hair anywhere near my nose, like my nose itches all day. Like I literally am just like this 24/7 if my mustache grows too high. But some people do it. I've seen people who have mustaches like literally go into their nose, and I'm just like, that is just. I'm like, my nose is getting itchy looking at people like that have that. I can still hear the dog eating ice cream. He's so gross. I love this dog, but why is he like this? If there was like one thing I could change about this dog, it would be just like A, probably make him live forever, but also B, make it so he's like slightly less of a savage when it comes to food. Like he just can't control himself when food's around. Like when it comes to barking for food, or so, actually he doesn't bark for food. Let me take that back. I'm slandering him now. But he like, you know, like he will glare at you while you eat. I wish that part is so, like I feel a little bit of shame where it's like, what did we do wrong when we raised him? Although I'm sure it's like something that every dog does. Even like well-trained dogs will still like look at you eat. Unless you like completely put the fear of God into the dog, in which case I don't want to do that. I don't want to make the dog like afraid of us. I think a lot earlier into like me owning a dog before, when I was like still just a kid, I like definitely like thought you just had to yell at him or hit the dog, because, you know, especially coming from like an immigrant house, that's just kind of how we're raised to treat dogs. You know, you treat them like almost like tools, like guards. You don't treat them like little babies. But I think now that I'm older, I realize like that's just not how you take care of animals, because they are family. They are, you know, we don't get dogs just because we need like a guard, or, you know, we don't get them because we need somebody to shepherd animals. We need them because we love them. You finished? Good boy. Wait. Get out of here. Leave me alone. He literally just comes in here to eat or find food. He'll just like bust up into the door because the door doesn't have like a closing mechanism. It just like, you just push it open and closed. The lock was broken like years and years ago because it's a house full of kids. It was a house full of kids, so a lot of the doors were just broken. Let me put a little bit more detail here. I think that's what's making it look a little more uneven than it actually is that one side has like a bunch of detail, and then this one, the other side doesn't. And we got a reply, ladies and gentlemen, we're in. The game is back on. Just a second. Ooh, need to breathe. Need to stretch. This stream is probably just gonna be me drawing. No crap, I didn't even read it. Four to seven. Yeah, okay. I was about to say a phone number out loud. That would have been really terrible for them. I am not that rude. Why does it still say I got a text? Did I miss something? Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh no. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing this while I'm streaming, but I can't help myself. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, sorry. Anyways, back on this. So I'm gonna turn the camera, see if that helps like even things out, because I'm pretty sure trying to like flip this at an angle is perfect. There we go, or near perfect, I guess. Let me. Did anybody get a more exact? There we go. I think that's right. Okay. So it's definitely a little bit heavier on this side. Yeah, a little heavy on this side. Which might be fine. I think I'm gonna... I'm saying it's fine, but immediately I decided to cut it off. I'm gonna, you know, like it doesn't have to be exactly this identical on both ends. Oh yeah, I can definitely see it extends more here. Make this a little shallower. This is the opposite of shallow. I don't know what words I'm even trying to use. That's creeping me out, actually. I'm gonna turn that off. Just been playing around with trying to get the color and just seeing what the color looks like. Ooh. Okay, let's see. I think otherwise we're pretty even, maybe a little higher on here. Okay. Sorry, got friends and family that are asking me things. I gotta keep them in loop. Don't want to leave them on red for like hours. What did I just do? I put a like a hole in his hair for some reason, like it's Swiss cheese. Hang on. Let me actually think about how his hair looks. So from here, the hair gets cut off. Then you have like, you usually, or from what I've seen, people usually keep their hair in two parts in the back, where most of it usually just goes right behind their shoulders. And then like they'll maybe have like 2 little tufts on each end where just like a little bit comes through up front. It might be better if I just let it drape down and then like come back up, kind of like this. Yeah, I'm not really liking how that's look. I think maybe the way I had it originally was already good enough. Already like a good look. Maybe just like trying to get it to work a little smoother. Bah. Can you draw a request? I can make it a quick one. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of text, so I'm trying to like keep up with what's going on outside of the stream. Only if it is non-phallic. Actually, only if it's a phallic request. Exclusively. For like a serious drawing, it would be commissioned, but you know, like if it's just like something I could do like in 10 minutes, and I don't mind a little distraction, so I don't go crazy just trying to make this hair work. Like a serious, super cool one, then I'd prefer to a little bit of payment. If you just want like a fun little sketch, like this little guy over here, my little guy, my little blue steel. This I could do easy. Sorry, now I got distracted looking at my little blue steel. Okay, something about the hair feels a little off. I don't know if I'm getting too strandy. I think it might be too, I don't know, voluminous. It looks like almost like I'm trying to draw like a cover girl. Can you type? My phone broke. Like type a message. Oh, are you saying you can't like hear me? There we go. I like that, but just not the whole. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna give him like a little strand over here and there. See if that helps like make it feel a little bit more wispy and natural. I don't want his hair to be too clean. Sure. So long as it's nothing terrible. Like, you know, no nudity or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't be offended because, like, it's not going to be on the stream anyways. Oh, I might have to type that for you. There we go. I think this might have been the chatter who was telling me that they were deaf. So it makes sense that he needs me to type it out. Although now I'm wondering if they were like legitimately like medically deaf or if he just meant that he couldn't hear through the phone at the time, because now he's saying that his phone is broken. Which might have just been me assuming that if he meant deaf, he meant like medically deaf. I think I might have guests in the house. My house has been invaded. Hair strands are so hard, it looks like a noodle. Ooh. Stretch time. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, what's going on? Stop. Sorry, I accidentally called somebody. That's so annoying. Honestly, phones should just like ask like, hey, are you trying to call somebody? Because I don't know who would just like call out of the blue in this day and age. Are you kidding me? Like, I almost never respond to calls. Even like my family, I'll like end the call immediately and just be like, hey, what are you calling me for? Because it's like, it's so much easier to just text. Okay. Enough distractions. Please focus. I'm begging. Me. There's nobody that controls me. I'm out of my mind. Okay. Let's turn back on the background. I think I'm just gonna move on from the hair and leave it for later because I think we spent enough time building it out. Okay. I kind of have to pee. I am probably not going to go super long today because I am, as you might have noticed, pretty distracted. And I want to be able to focus on some of my personal stuff. But I'll try to at least see if I can get done with most of the line art. I think I might be able to do the line art if I stay like focused, but as you can see, I am a little off. Apologize if this isn't the best stream because, like I said, I just have stuff going on today. Stuff. Personal. Mystery stuff. I'm just texting family. A lot of like Christmas stuff being planned out now that we're in November. Oh, I gotta finish making my wish list. We do Secret Santa, so like that kind of has to do with what we're like planning out. Speaking of, Secret Santa is fun. So I have two. I have one that's pretty like traditional, just me and my like brothers, and then some family members that are like the same age. So we like keep real close and in touch. We're gonna be doing like a traditional Secret Santa, you know, like gifts. You know, we pulled names. But then the one that I do with my friends, which I'm very excited for, is a little different. What we do is instead of buying gifts, because not all of us are very wealthy, especially because, you know, some of us are first time, not homeowners, renters, home renters, living on their own. We're still young enough that that's like a new thing for some of us. Jesus, what am I doing? I don't know why I didn't decide to draw the other hand. That's not bad. I think that's why I didn't draw the other hand originally. I think I knew like I could get him knocked out pretty easy. Still kind of weird because now I have to. And then the only thing that's weirding me out is like the pinky's not gonna fit. I guess I could just draw it, but it's gonna get like clipped off and it looks kind of funky. It's alright. It's alright. It's not the biggest deal. I think I'm gonna blur it out anyways because try to get like a little bit of a FOV kind of look where like. Things that are closer to the foreground or too far in the background are going to get a little blurred out. And the focus is going to be on him. Him. In bold. But yeah, maybe like 9:30ish is when I'm planning on finishing the stream. At least I made it, okay? Be easy on me. I'm waiting on Mclig. I'm waiting for him to send the thing he wants me to draw, but it's taking a little while. Ooh. I hope it's something goofy because I like drawing goofy stuff. Okay. Oh, he also has like really long nails. Really long fingers too, just in general, bet. Some people just have freakishly long fingers. I have very short, stubby fingers. That's true. Yeah. Those are some stubby little fingers. Ooh. Stretch. Oh, my back. And my beautiful muscles. Ooh. People who don't pop their necks, like, what do you do? Like, do you just have like stiff necks all day? Because like as soon as I pop my neck, like it's like, oh, it's almost like I get a massage or like an alignment. There's just so much tension back there, and do people just like live with it where they're just saying, nope, I'm not gonna pop it. That sounds scary. Me, I'm just like, I can do my neck, my back, 2 joints on my fingers, the knuckles, and then like the frontmost knuckles. What else? My back. Did I say my back? My toes. But that one's a little harder to hear. That's about it. What was it just talking about? I'm sorry, I'm such a bad streamer. Weird hands. I think my hands are pretty okay. I wish I had like super long fingers, but it is what it is. I think playing instruments would be a lot easier if I had like long fingers. I played viola back in middle school, and I picked it up again around like college for a little while, but then I had to drop it again. Ooh, I got a link. Just a second. But yeah, there was like a very steep learning curve where like I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Oh god. Alright, so there's nudity on this. I can do a quick one. Oh god. He's sending more than one link. This is getting too tough. Okay, just a blonde girl with ponytail, blue eyes, and a sword. Sure. There's emotes still on. I'm giving him like a thumbs up. I don't know. All right. Gotta be honest, I hope this isn't like a fetish thing. Or I guess not even like a fetish thing, but the character was nude in the drawing, and I hope it's not like a... Like just the character, he wants me to draw something, a character that he thinks is really hot. I mean, no, nothing against that, but you know. Feels a little unconsensual, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna. I try not to like judge people too harshly for that, because you know I get it. You know, people got to do what they got to do. I understand the attraction to what is simply a drawing. You know, we all know Lola Bunny and Jessica Rabbit. Is that her name? How long is the ponytail? Oop. Yeah. Decent amount. I'm doing it very tiny so I can get it done quick. Is she muscular? A little bit. She's got abs. Let's keep it simple, because I think if I get too like crazy with the pose, it's gonna be hard to do. Let's go and just draw the skeleton. I think maybe like the legs up is probably where I'm gonna do it, because he wants it in shorts. Let's go ahead and do like one arm down, and then one arm on the hip. Let's see, cock the hip. And then I think it's just like average size breast. Well, I guess average isn't even the right word, but I don't know, C, B, nothing crazy. Now me, I'm more of a, you know, I'm more of a caveman, you know, like big heckin' zongas. But that's also because I'm a terrible person. Or sorry, I say that, but there's nothing wrong with having preferences. Her torso might be a little short. Or she might just be short in general in this drawing. Me. Beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Oh shoot, I got the hair. I'm just gonna cut that off. Eat, eat, eat. Select, deselect. Make the body a little longer, bigger. A little longer, just a little bit wider too. Like I said, I always have an issue with making the proportions not exactly correct. Oh crap. There we go, just a second. Okay. Sorry. I just realized I left a message left on hanging and it didn't feel nice. I've got so many distractions. Alright. Shorts. Shirt. I'm not gonna make the shirt too long. Then I'm just gonna drape it a little bit. I'm not gonna really do like a super like clingy shirt that's like on it that captures every edge of her bosom. Let's see. You can kind of just get an impression, and that's about it. Let me see, just like nope. Focus. This is kind of hard to do whenever you don't have it like all drawn out. There we go. That's kind of like the shadow line.
Beautiful.
A little bit baggy towards the waist where it's a little thinner. Then goes over the hip. Unless it's like a really like perfectly tailored shirt, it's not gonna hit the waist perfectly. And then to show off the muscles, you definitely want it to be short on the top. That's always like an issue I have with like t-shirts is like, in order to like get a really nice looking t-shirt that like shows off my shoulders and everything, you have to get it like perfectly like short on the top. Where if it's too long, then you just have like it like hits my elbows and it just really doesn't look like that what's the word? It's like the word whenever like it shows off your curves. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know the word for that. It's like form fitting, maybe. I'm gonna give her a sword. She had a sword in the picture, so I'm gonna draw that out too. It wasn't a super complex one, it was just like a normal bronze sword. I'm gonna give her like shorts to here. I could give her like baggy cargo shorts, but I think wait, he did say cargo shorts. Maybe I should make it a little baggier. We'll see. I'm actually gonna put her hands in the pockets. Wait a second. Girls don't have pockets. What is this? Yeah, hold on. I'm noticing her shoulders like popped out of her socket. I have to get this a little better. Ooh, hold on. I'm losing it. Hold on. She kind of reminds me of Samus right now. There we go. It's probably good. It probably could fix the anatomy a little bit, but I think this is pretty good. To see a little bit of the collarbone through the shirt, but nothing too crazy. A little bit thicker on the collar. That's just mine. That's just me putting a little bit of originality to it. All right, I think that's good. All right. I'm gonna give her just a little bit of color. Oh, oops, wrong layer. I might take one little extra detail, but I don't want to go too far. Because, you know, like I said, this is not a professional done work. I'm not going to give him a PNG if he asks, because... Or if you're actually able to hear me. I'm not going to give you a PNG because, like I said, this is not going to be like a full commission. This is just me doing it for fun. If you want like an actual like finished work, then, you know, I would appreciate it if you would pay. If you don't want to pay, then... I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna work on it. Sometimes you gotta just be straight and tell people, and, you know, not gonna work for free. I appreciate, you know, you taking a look, you having fun. But, you know, if you want me to draw just because you ask, that's not nice. Not considered of me or my time. Again, I'm attributing this to a person who didn't just ask me if I could draw something for him. So, you know, I don't need to be confrontational yet. Is this the color? What color is this? I forgot what color it chose. If he hates the smiley face, I'm gonna be sad. Because that's the best part. That's the best part. When I think cargo shorts, I think khakis. Oh, and if he says anything about the boobs, I'm gonna scream. I'm not drawing her boobs. I'm not. There we go. Oh. All right, no, not. I think for now I'm good, but like more. Mission chart down below. Okay, and that's what I'm going to leave that for today because I do not feel like spending more time on this. I'll keep it. We're not deleting it. Yeah. But this is not a... Oh my goodness. I need to move this somewhere. I'm going to put you up top. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, let me also close those images because I don't want like a nude character just sitting in my browser history. Wait. I'm not particularly offended by it, but was not prepared for that. Again, sometimes you just need to draw a character like in a very simplified and normal way. Perhaps. Yeah, I'm not gonna be. So far, he hasn't been like. He asked something nicely. I did a quick one for him. He asked for more. I said no, and he's like, "All right, that's good. We're good." Enter. What is going on? There it goes. All right. Back to work. Okay. I'm gonna do the other hand too, real quick, because this one also I didn't detail out, but I know for a fact how I want it to look. Reset. What is going on? Okay, for some reason it won't let me click the button, so let me just do it. The mouse, so hold on. What is happening? It won't let me reset the brush for some reason, so I'm just gonna not do that. What is this? Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. Something's going on now. I'm gonna save this just in case. Hold on, give me a moment. So now it won't let me make any marks on paper. Is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Am I? Yes, okay. Back to work. Big, long finger. I'm starting with the middle finger for some reason. If you like really want to exaggerate the shape of a finger, it's kind of like this. Where it gets skinny. The joints are like wide little bits. You know, it gets wide, but then like it kind of scoops in. And then the fingers, they're a little bit more easy to draw if you just make them flat on the tips, even though they're technically round, you know, like they're technically round up top. But I think it also like communicates a little better to the people who are seeing this. Like some things you just simplify so like they communicate a little better. Like hair you do in chunks. It's like you could draw each individual strand, but most people will understand it just fine if, or even better, if you just do a shape, you know, just break them down into simpler shapes. Hang on. Okay, yeah, all looks good. Sometimes you gotta just make sure you're not getting too crazy. Because fingers are like so independently movable, you can get like really crazy with like all the positions that all the fingers are taking. And sometimes I get like really wacky where I'm doing like a crazy little position and then I realize from far away it looks stupid. It looks like they're throwing up gang signs. So yeah, sometimes you gotta just like all aspects of the drawing, you gotta just zoom out, check it out, make sure nothing looks too crazy. Make sure it feels like natural. Like, this looks natural to me, but the only issue is like, it almost looks like it's not long enough. Because like, oh, let me show the drawing. Let me show the drawing. Yeah, you can see like here, his hands are freakishly long and wide. Like, you know, like very like, you know, wrinkly, veiny, nasty. That's the goal. And it's a very intentional decision. Like I said, like I wanted to put like little signals to people who are just looking at it, that you know something's wrong with the character, with the human being. You know, it looks like a normal person. You can tell something's different. Maybe you know, like he looks charming to you. Maybe because you like the way he looks, or maybe because it's like a supernatural charm. But there's little signals, you know, like the red eyes. That you can't really tell until you get really close that they're like blood red. You know, the weird sharpness of his features that are almost supernatural. And you get these like real nasty wrinkly claws, which also, you know, like normal people, sorry, not normal people, people who exist in real life also have like really just crazy nails too. So, you know, like that's not impossible, but it is like one of those things that you're like, what's going on with this guy? You know, his really pronounced hunch. There's like a lot of just like little things up to this character that will like signal to you like something's off. And then you wouldn't be able to tell until it's too late. And he's got you.
How I am. Ain't nobody asking, I've been basking in my liberty. Slavery is real. Doesn't mean the shackles gotta be revealed. Fighting with my mind, it's the closest thing to steal. It's what they want to steal. There's value in the word, gotta figure out the real. We're juggling and wrestling thoughts in my mind. The influence was heavy, or the thoughts even mine. Label still persuading like I'm needing a dime. Like my people ain't be dying over gold in the mines. It's funny, right? I'm still numb to the trauma. I couldn't tell if my joy was out of love or what would haunt me when I needed me a hug. That's the realest. Yeah, that's the closest thing to feeling. Yeah, it's the only thing revealing. Trying to get me closer to the Lord, cause maybe he can open up some doors while these words get to show you all my flaws. It's poetry and pain, blessing in the change, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry and pain, blessings in the chain, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry and pain, blessing in the chain, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry.
Oh, and also his teeth. His teeth are fanged, so. Oh, well, that's another one that all vampires have, really. Like, you know, when you wouldn't notice, like, the fangs from really far away until, like, once you start seeing their mouth open, and then you'll be like, wait a second. His fangs are way bigger than anybody else's, you know, canines. And, you know, maybe he has, like, really just sharp canines. You know, this world isn't one where you would just normally expect, like, oh, that's clearly a vampire. It's like, you know, everybody just would assume just something's off, or, you know, maybe this is one person who was just born with, like, kind of freaky looking, you know, teeth. I mean, I don't know anybody in real life that would be like, oh my god, it's for sure a vampire and definitely not just a weird looking guy. It's, you know, like, some people in movies, they assume, like, oh, this guy's an idiot, like, of course this is a vampire, of course this is a zombie, or, you know, whatever. It's like, how are they confused about it? And it's in real life, like, people generally just assume it's something more normal, like there's a more reasonable explanation. Ghosts are a little bit of an exception. Ghosts, it's a little crazy, where people are like, oh, like that you know, chair flew by me, obviously nothing's wrong, you know, like I gotta investigate deeper. And then by the end of the movie, they're like crawling on the floor, like, I gotta get out. It's like, yeah, you, if I saw, like, the chair, like, move on its own, I'm gone. It doesn't even have to fly across the room. If it moves like an inch, nobody touched it, I'm gone. I don't believe in ghosts. But, you know, like, I'm not stupid. If I see something move on its own in a completely empty building, like, what am, you know, I don't need anything else. Either there's a ghost or something else is going on that I don't want to deal with. Even worse than, you know, an actual ghost. What if it's somebody I have to talk to? Escape. Communicating with other adults. Escape. Leave. Danger. Maybe his fingers are long enough. I think it does, like, already look a little crazy. Then I gotta do it for the other hand too, but I think we're gonna focus on just getting at least the core of the drawing bricked out. Why did I say bricked out? What does that even mean? Worked out. Jesus. I'm making up terms on my own. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I keep the conversation going with my friends. I'm not just leaving them behind. It's just like this person, like, is definitely going to be going to bed in, like, the next hour or two. So, like, I don't want to miss out on the conversation because, like, by the time I'm done with the stream, they're just going to be gone. And also, I'm having a great conversation, so, you know, like, I don't want it to end. Even if like they end up being awake and they just lose momentum. I don't want to lose it. Nice. We love this. We like this. All right, I think I'm gonna move on from the hand after. I'm gonna do like veins, and that's the last thing. I'm just gonna put some quick lines. It's like big pronounced veins. Big chunky veins. I have no idea why some people just have really pronounced veins, but it is what it is. Oh, earlier I mentioned like I was a little disappointed that nothing really seemed to be going on as far as Halloween. The main thing I was like hoping for was like somebody was gonna do like this cool Rocky Horror Show, because I watched that last year for the first time. Oh, it might have been 2 years ago. It's hard to tell time anymore. I kind of wanted to, you know, like go to like one that's a little bit more bigger, a little in a busier area. Because, you know, in my small town, there's like maybe 5 people that go, and like 4 of them were old people. But no, nothing. I couldn't find anything. I think they have like a big one in like Asheboro or Asheville or something. And I think maybe next year I'll try to go to that. But that one I'll have to like plan out a little bit better, because it's 100% on weekends. Again, like I said, like I was hoping people would do something on the Tuesday, because that was when Halloween was going on. But it looked like everybody just did it on the weekend before, which makes sense. I mean, I just had a naive hope that it wouldn't be that way, and I'd be able to like attend one of these without even needing to ask for a day off. Next year, I'll try to get it better. I have to use the bathroom pretty terribly, but I don't want to finish the stream, because by the time I'm done with the bathroom, it is probably going to be like 9-ish, and I don't want to leave you guys for like 10 more minutes. Maybe I should end it early, but I really feel like I didn't get enough done. Maybe I can do like the silhouette, just like at least try to get like the bigger chunks of this finished. We'll see. I'll try to work on it a little bit longer. I might have to cut it at 9. Ooh, I think my tablet might be dying. So yeah, I think my tablet is even telling me, like, hey buddy, let's wrap this up. Oh no, come on, stop doing that. I'm giving him too much of like a muscle bulge. Let me just keep it thin like that. I want him to look like a string bean. I want this guy to be very lanky, very skinny. That probably also has something to do with him being like very disarming. He's just like a skinny drink of water. You know, he's almost looks like a wind could blow him over. Very, especially with like the hunch he has going on. Like he doesn't look like a super like healthy person. Put on pale on top of that, like this person looks almost sick. Just like a happy, nice little sick guy. You know, some people are just like naturally sickly, so maybe that's also like kind of like a thing going on in your head whenever you see this character, where you're like, there might be like a charm to him because of like the supernatural nature, or maybe just like people who act like this. But there would also be like a bit of like, this person looks sick, you know, this person's very unassuming, you know, he's not dressed in like punk gear or, you know, no noticeable gang affiliation. Just looks like a random guy in a suit. Aside from, what's his name? Oh crap, what's the guy from Psycho? Nathan Bateman, I want to say. Oh, why did I ask that question? I knew that this would be. Okay. Sorry. This is the entire reason why like I'm not gonna be able to like get too much done today, is because I keep being distracted, but I can't help it. Like I said, I like streaming and like hanging out with people on these streams, but you know, I want to keep it to not to the point where it interferes with my life yet. You know, like this is just me doing it for fun. If it ever stops being fun, or you know, starts eating up my life too much, I would have to like consider doing something else. Maybe not even quitting, maybe even just making it a full-time thing. That way I actually have like a reason to like ignore messages or ignore family events, because I'd be like, all right, well, I gotta go to work, you know, and my work would be streaming. You know, everybody wants that, I think. Or sorry, let me take that back. A lot of people would want that, even if that wouldn't necessarily be the best thing for them. There's a lot of people who in this, you know, country world that want their work to just be like streaming, because it's a little bit more creative, and you know, everybody wants to be their own boss. No one likes working under another like manager, or you know, like you know, an entire company that's like controlling even their personal life to a degree. Nobody wants that. Everybody just wants to be in control of every aspect of their life, except for, you know, maybe, you know, they get to decide how they're attracting an audience, and they're trying to just make it, you know, any way they can. trying to get the outfit and all the wrinkles to look right. This is a really, like important part of the drawing, getting the clothes to feel like they're hanging off the body and, following the motion. Because really, like, just deciding, which line goes over which can really, like, change the entire, like, look of the drawing. Like, like the, there's the classic thing. So, depending on which line overlaps. So here, this part is overlapping this part. But here, this part is overlapping this section. And then it's overlapping this section. So, like, you can really, like, change a lot by making sure, like, which line overlaps which, And you have to be very, like, aware of that, especially whenever you're getting to this stage where you need to get, like, all the wrinkles drawn out and, knowing which fold is going over which and trying to keep in, like, almost like a 3D map in your head. Like, this is where this pattern is overlapping this pattern. This is where it's, like, going underneath itself. And it flattens out over here. Having, like, a good variety of shapes that, all make, like, logical sense is very important. You have to consider, like, the type of material that the outfit's made out of and all that. Here we go. Just adding a little bit of an edge to the lapel so you can tell like it's a 3D object and it's like folding over itself. I'm gonna put like a little indentation here so you can tell like that's where like the shadow is, and almost making it like a 3D plane where it's like this part is flat, and then, you know, like if I ever have like a shadow, I can tell like, okay, this part's gonna be shadowy here, and it's gonna be shadowy here, and then you can tell like this little like diamond is poking out. That's the intention, anyways. It's always subject to change depending on, you know, where I decide the lighting at the last minute, or if it ever just looks too weird and wonky. Maybe I need to make a change to like, maybe instead of the coat being at this angle, I can change it to be a little bit more open on this side. You know, just being open to, keeping it open to change as well. Like I was talking about before, I try to make sure like I don't get too like locked down on an idea. Like I used to just like draw through it, and then, you know, like if the pose was weird, I would just keep it. Like I think a good example is the Kai drawing, the Bruja, the one with the guy at the gym where he has his arms spread out and he has like the visage of Carthage behind him. That drawing was one where it's like I noticed something off about it, and then but I already spent so much time on the drawing that I didn't want to like make any fixes to it. So it ended up, whenever I was finished, it just ends up looking really awkward. So like I'm pretty unhappy with that picture. I mean, there are parts that I really like, but, you know, like it's still pretty like a weird looking image overall, because, you know, like the anatomy is a little weird. The fact that his one arm just gets cut off on the border is just really awkward. It just doesn't look like a finished picture. Like there was something I should have done way earlier to prevent any of that, but I didn't, because sometimes I get like so locked into an idea, and I don't take the time to like sit down and like, is there a solution? Is there some compromise? Do I need to like drop this to make sure so it looks better? Sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes you want to keep it like this really unique original idea, but then other times you got to just admit like, okay, I'm not ready for this. So if I want like a really good looking drawing, we're gonna have to like sacrifice this really crazy thing that I want to try, and then, you know, maybe try again another time, and that's fine. You know, like just being able to like move on, try again, or, you know, making a mistake. Like I might go back, but, you know, like I'm glad I'm done with it, so I could at least like move on to the next thing. You know, like go ahead and find a new mistake to make and learn from. Sometimes you just gotta call it and just be okay with making mistakes. Like it reminds you of the little piece of advice I remember from Ethan Becker, who's an artist on YouTube, very popular. His instructional videos were very helpful, are very helpful still, actually. And he talks about sometimes the best way to learn from art is to be willing to make mistakes as quickly as possible. Like just, you know, accepting like what you're gonna draw is gonna look ugly, and just like trying to maximize that. Make a mistake, break down what you did wrong, learn from that mistake, start the next one. Like just maximizing that process will speed up how quickly you will learn. There you go. Talking about some interesting stuff now. I should finish Succession. Sorry, when I'm drawing this suit, I immediately started thinking of I can't even remember the names of the characters, but the main guy, you know, like the one who's supposed to be like the heir prince to the business. That's kind of like a wimp. Or as I've seen TikTok and Twitter refer to him, the baby. He is baby. You know, he's trying to like constantly prove himself to his dad. So like a lot of people have babied him where it's like they relate to him. And they you know, like they feel for him a lot. I can understand, yeah. Like he's got a very like sympathetic, like he reminds you a lot of you know, yourself whenever you make a mistake and you feel like, you know, there's nobody else to like confront. Like it's just you. You are the mistake. You made the mistake, and you've got to just like suck it up and either figure it out or just accept that you made a mistake and move on. And it's that like kind of like that. It's that worst feeling in the world when you have that where you make a mistake and you realize like, oh, there's nothing to do to fix it. Like this was just a bad mistake. It's going to suck. You've ruined it, and there's no one else to blame but yourself. Like that's a really terrible feeling. Like whenever you lose something, whenever you lose like, I don't know, a pair of headphones or your phone even, or your wallet, whenever like that drop in your heart when you're like, oh my God, there's no one there else to blame but myself. Like this is literally just my responsibility and I messed up. Like that feeling is so like soul crushing. And I think that's, you get that feeling like you sympathy a lot with that character from Succession. Like just that feeling of like, there is no one to blame but himself. I mean, you know, his father's garbage too, but even in like cases where it's like something he could do on his own, you know, opportunities to prove himself, it feels like he just completely drops it. That was a good spot too. I think I was literally like one episode away from finishing. I don't know what happened, but like I just like stopped. Oh, I remember. I think my work started complaining about people using like tablets, and that's what I was watching it on, or you know, personal devices. So I like dropped watching it at work, and work was like the only place that I was watching the show. I think I watched like maybe one episode at home. I could easily do it. It's just for some reason I always choose the game instead. And it's so easy. I literally just have to, you know, take 1-2 hours of my day. That's for some reason I'm just so like resistant to like sit down and focus on anything but like video gaming, a few comics every now and again, and maybe focusing on some vinyl records. Anime I've completely abandoned. Anime is just like it's too much, especially with like the release schedule and you know, like the hype where everybody's talking about like this one anime for a certain like month or two. There are exceptions, like Devilman I think is going to be like popular for a while. It's not just like a one-time thing. But I remember like My Hero Academia, like I'm not saying that that's like a one-hit wonder or anything, but I remember being like, oh, My Hero, I could easily watch that. It looks awesome. And then like I stopped paying attention for like a few months, or it felt like just like a month. And then already it's on like season 6, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I can't do 6 seasons of a show. Like it so quickly built up against me where it was just like, you know, like shonen, they just keep going and going. Like who in the world? Well, I'm saying who in the world, but One Piece, like what is it, 1,300 episodes? I was about to say, like, who in the world has the time to actually sit down and watch all those episodes? But apparently the answer is a lot. Quite a bit, actually. Quite a few. It is, like, just flat out, like, the most popular manga of all time. So, like, yeah, a lot of people have that kind of time. They are willing to make that time. It's just me. Or, sorry, it's me and, you know, plenty of other people who also have, like, the same issue that I've definitely heard from. Who just, like, can't find the time to, like, sit down and watch anything anymore. Because it's just, like, there's so many things to watch. Like Umbrella Academy season 2, and I think maybe even season 3. Like, I love Umbrella Academy, but I forgot. You know, like, there's so many other things to watch. Sandman came out. I thought I was gonna watch that, but now I'm just like, no, I think I'm not gonna. I'm good. The Last of Us. Nope, I'm just gonna have to skip it. And it's not. It has nothing to do with, like, the shows. Like, I think they're fantastic shows, probably, but, you know, I just don't have the time. Succession was an exception where, like, I just kept hearing about it. And it seemed like exactly the kind of show where I really wanted to watch it, like, in the moment. Like, I wanted to know what people were talking about it for. Anime, I've completely resigned to. Like, I'll catch up to it when I catch up to it. There are a few that I want to watch, but honestly, I was always more of, like, watching old anime in the first place, like Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. I mean, I watched, what was it? Not Devilman. Devilman was one that I watched in the moment when everybody was talking about it. And I honestly kind of regret. I'm a Devilman low-key kind of hater because that show made me very sad and I hated myself for watching it. And I don't know why it feels like nobody else felt that way. Like, what a sad and depressing show. Like, I don't know why it ended the way it did. Just like, hey, no, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say what the ending was. What was I just about to look up? I was about to look up something, but I'm starting to realize that it's probably not important. Yeah, let me not do that. All right, where are we? Ooh, Ooh, let me erase this too. Come on, please. There we go. That's gone. Yeah, I think I need... none of the big differences here. Oh, let me turn it up. Jacket's a little higher, but that's not gonna bother me. The hair is definitely different. It's got more of like a heaviness to one side. Let me flip this. Yeah, okay, so that's probably why I definitely didn't follow the hair exactly. And it's got a little bit more of a scoop, but I think it looks better with the mustache lifted like that. I might put a little bit more of a curve in it, but I think we worked on it enough for now. Speaking of working on it enough, I think we're about done for today. I think I'm just gonna draw this scarf and then we're done. Put this back up. Why is... Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm getting... It almost sounded like I was upset. But I'm trying to realize... I don't know where I put the scarf. So I'm gonna guess like here. Right there, and then definitely here. And here. Let's turn this back down. Turn this back up. There we go. I'm gonna actually change the scarf right here. Gonna move this a little bit more here. Make it a little skinnier. Oh, I said I probably wasn't even going to pass 9:30, but now I got too into it. Which is a happy little accident, that's fine. Me getting more done, I don't think is going to be an issue. Leaves, makes it so like next stream I got even less to do and I can go ahead and move on to the next thing. Is the scarf really like that uneven? Oh yeah, it is. I mean, they don't have to be like perfectly even. Like scarves usually, you know, so long as it's like long enough, it's like even enough, you can. It really gets unbalanced, especially whenever it like gets bunched up under like another arm like that. Let me just flip it to see if it looks weird. It does look a little heavy, so I think I'm gonna just make it a little bit more even. So maybe like it's good to change it now before I get too like dedicated to it. There we go. Yeah, it's a little... Maybe I'm doing a little bit too much symmetry, but nothing. Symmetry never hurts. I'm gonna actually make it... I'm gonna take off this little tick because that's a little bit too close. Because I have one little strand going this way, and then if I had like another little strand on the exact opposite side, that would look a little bit too convenient, too perfect. I'm all about asymmetry, baby. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. Let me turn back out in the background. Let me turn on the little dragon. Where's the laser eyes? That is terrifying. I don't know why I said super loudly. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that there. Oh, give me a second to stretch. Oh, my neck, my back, and my Gucci. Oh, I don't have my cheddar. You know what? Okay, we're good. So that's gonna be it for today. I had a lot of fun getting things worked out. Sorry I was so distracted. It's just been a really weird day for me. But I hope you will find it in yourself to forgive me. But otherwise, I actually got a decent amount done. It was mostly just fixing the line art. I think we'll definitely get this done by tomorrow, the finished line art. I think we just need to make more tweaks to the hair to get it just right. Fix up the wrinkles on the clothes, get it just right. Also the hands need just a little bit more work. Just as all the big sections are pretty much there. I just need more tweaking before it's done. And then I'll probably split up everything. There's shapes and colors. Do I have notes on here already? No, I don't think I have notes. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna go and leave that there. Ooh, hold on, let me take off my little blue steel. He's distracting. He's too handsome. Yeah. So tomorrow, next Tuesday, gonna be double check. I don't have anything going on. Yeah, absolutely clear that week. So next Tuesday, I should be here, being able to stream another session. This time we're gonna be finishing up the line art and getting some base colors, maybe starting the shadow work. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to start the shadows. Aside from that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I think that's pretty much it. I didn't post anything this week on my Instagram. I'll probably do it next week. I was supposed to, but I think I was having too much of a good time at the coffee shop where I was just like, wow, I really made it completely on time. I don't have to rush. I can just sit here, read my books, enjoy myself. And whenever I realized, I need to post something, I was like, you know what? It's okay. Like, we don't have to post every single week. You know, we can be a little late. There's nobody, with a gun to my head telling me when to post, when to not post. But that's beside the point. Check out my Instagram. I'll try to have something next week at least. I definitely have drawings to post. It's just I was feeling a little lazy and just wanted to enjoy myself. But yeah, next week I'll be here Tuesday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give or take usually 10-15 minutes, but most of the time I'm around 6:30, 6:32, I think today I started at 6:32 exactly. So as far as my other channels, I have my Instagram under the same name. Give me a follow on there, give me a like. I really appreciate any just like tiny little engagement I can get because the algorithm is a cruel person. My last picture, the freaking Chance the Gangrel, you guys were here, it was 9 weeks, 10 weeks, and I got half the likes I got because I guess it's been too long since the last post, or maybe just people didn't like it. It is what it is, but like I said, I always like to just share my art regardless of whether people are here. But it does, it feels like the algorithm doesn't like artists. It doesn't like people. You have to really, hit that engagement. You got to be collaborating. You got to get ads and just the perfect hashtag at the perfect moment. It is what it is. Sorry, I'm complaining about Instagram, but I am most active on Instagram. That's usually where I post stuff that I got going on. I have clips about my Joji concert. I posted those on Instagram immediately because that's the first place where I like to share what I'm doing so people can keep up with what's going on. If I ever have to change when my streaming is going to be scheduled, or I have some significant change going on as far as my work life and all that, it'll be on my Instagram. So keep up with me there. Again, anything you can do, follow, I'd really appreciate it. I also have a DeviantArt, so if you want to keep up with some of my older work, I also am pretty active on there. So go ahead and give me a follow if you want to see some of the old stuff that I used to do and see where I came from as far as an artist. I also sometimes post extra stuff that doesn't make it to the Instagram because for whatever reason it just didn't feel like a fully finished image that I wanted to post, or it's just a little extra and it doesn't really fit the format of Instagram. It usually goes to my DeviantArt. So give that a follow as well, or watch or subscribe. I forgot what it's called. Also link down below. I think it's Devil's Dark Messiah, all one word. Devil's Dark Messiah. And then I also have YouTube channels. So I have 2 YouTube channels. There's the full stream archive. which I'll be uploading the archive of the stream immediately after. And that's pretty simple. You just get to see the entire stream and you get to catch up. And then I also have a time-lapse channel. So my time-lapse channel is all of the stream just wrapped up into 5-minute chunks. 5 to 6 minutes to 4 minutes to 3 minutes, depending on how long the stream goes. And those are really fun to work on. I really like the time lapses. You can catch up really quickly. Just follow whichever one you like, whether you want to watch the full hour streams or if you want to watch the very quick summary, basically. Or follow them both, whichever one you like. And whenever I finish a piece on my time lapse channel, I do what I call a supercut. So I did have a supercut go up last week, I believe, of my Gangrel. So you get to see the very first time lapse, the very first lines that I ever did on the character, the sketch, everything, all the way to the very end where I put the final touches. I put the last little bit of polish. You get to see the entire art process go, and those are edited to maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, so somewhere around there. I think this one was like 14 and a half minutes, and it's very satisfying. You really get to see like the entire thing get built from scratch. You know, I love working on those. They're like my favorite part of doing these digital images is that I have a recording and I can just like show the entire full process. So check that out. It'll obviously be done for this one and in any future pieces that I do. It's probably like my favorite thing that I work on. It makes me look like I'm really, really good at art, even if I'm just kind of okay. 1 second. And then I mentioned during the stream, but also check down below, I have a commission sheet. So if you want me to work on one of your characters, whether it's a TTRPG like Vampire the Masquerade or D&D, I do like non-stop D&D. I do way too much D&D. If I'm not posting every week, it's because I am working on D&D characters and I feel like I can't post D&D characters every single week. It's a problem. But yeah, absolutely want to work on your characters. Just, you know, follow the chart down below. If you can't figure it out, just go ahead and shoot me an email or message me on Instagram. Try to include what you want in the message, or, you know, like something about my art that you like in the message, because there are a lot of bots on Instagram. There's a lot of bots in general. So just something to clear up, like, hey, I'm a human being, not an AI that's just trying to like promote some other website. I'd really appreciate that. And then we can also work out a price more specifically there. I'm open to, you know, a little bit of bartering because my focus is just being able to share and, you know, make something that you're going to be proud of. I really love making character images where you get these big moments of your character and they look like the coolest thing or the goofiest thing or the funniest thing. Those are really, really fun to me. You can also see some of my other work on my Instagram and DeviantArt. So if you're curious as to what those look like, I do have some of my commissions posted. And then we can also work out if you need more specifics of like, don't post your character. You can talk to me about that, or, you know, whatever you need, we can talk about it. I'm pretty sure I'm not a mean person on messages. You can trust me. I'm not gonna be rude, unless it's like something that I'm clearly not comfortable with. Nudity, it's fine. Like I'm not offended by it, but, you know, like I'm probably not gonna be doing any nudity. It's just not something I want to be working on yet. Whenever I need that paycheck, you know, whenever I go full time, maybe I'll be one of those NSFW artists. I got respect for that, you know. Like I like people who do that. You know, they're fighting for a good cause. You know, like some of us need that NSFW art to survive, to grind in this life. So, you know, respect to them. I don't do that yet. I don't know if I can even draw characters like that. Like I feel like it would look so goofy for me, but that's besides the point. Probably not furries. You would have to pay me extra for furries. But I do it. Bit extra. You could just be like, oh no, it's not a furry, it's a D&D character. Just looks strangely like a furry. I mean, ignore the zipper on the back. Anyways. If you don't want to go through the process of doing a whole commission and you just want to make a one-time donation to the stream or to me in general, I do have my PayPal link down below as well. I'd really appreciate just anybody giving me, you know, whatever they can give, just to show that they appreciate the time that I spend on here, and just appreciate me as an artist. I really, just a little bit goes a long way as far as, you know, making me feel like, you know, somebody out there really cares about what I do. You know, like that's the entire point. I like sharing my art. I like doing it regardless of whether people are here, regardless of whether, you know, like I'm a millionaire. Drawing is something that I've loved to do since I was just like a baby. So being able to actually get money for it and being able to have people see my art and actually like legitimately enjoy it, you know, not just saying it just because they want to make me feel better. I really appreciate that. So whatever you want to do, donation, commission, just giving me a like or a share on Instagram, just, you know, anything you can do to support me, I really appreciate. Or again, if you're just watching this stream or if you're watching it on the archive that will be up later, really appreciate it. You know, just other people being able to see my artwork and liking what I do is really means a lot to me. Leave a comment, you know, just whatever you want to do. Or if you hate my art, make a comment anyways. The algorithm likes that too. All right, I think I'm done now. Give me a second. Let me just sip some coffee. I really appreciate if you stayed around for me to drink coffee. But that's going to be it for this week. I had a good time. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye. Bye.